11, local first.
A pest known to attack trees and plants made its way to Lancaster County. Plus, today is the last day to register to vote in the November 7th general election, what's likely to be on the ticket. But we begin with word from Senator Ryan Aumann on the issues facing career and technical education. Good evening, I'm Holly Harrer. Senator Ryan Aumann held a hearing to face the issues that are challenging career and technical education while also focusing on the ways they aid community growth. News 11's Taylor Toshev is live in the studio with more from today's hearing. Taylor.
Holly, career and technology centers are becoming a cutting edge and a hands-on way to achieve a career instead of attending a four-year institute. But supporters of career and technical education are facing challenges including breaking the stigma and teacher certification.
More students are attending career and technology centers instead of choosing the traditional four-year college degree. But there still remains a stigma that tech students wish would go away.
Votex used to be a place where sometimes troublesome kids would get sent, where maybe underachieving students would get sent, different things like that. And that is a stigma that unfortunately has snowballed to today.
Which is why Senator Aumann held a hearing to break the long-lasting stigma while also facing some key issues.
The answer is driving up employment, workforce participation, and productivity. And that's why this conversation is important, to ensure that our education system is better aligned with the needs of employers across the Commonwealth, because that's certainly not the case today.
While companies are looking to hire new employees, 50% of graduate students are still unemployed.
I hear from employers all across Lancaster County that they are looking for workers, again, in good paying jobs. And at the same time, I'm hearing from families and students who've graduated college, have massive amounts of college debt, and can't find work. There's a misalignment.
The High Companies in Lancaster is hoping to align students with careers that match the needs of the community.
Let's educate them on the jobs that are available, get interest in those jobs, and then go find the degree in the school that matches.
Aumann also focused on teacher certification, hoping to lower the amount of credits needed.
They're required to receive credits that have very little, if anything, to do with what they're actually going to be teaching. And so it serves as a real barrier to be able to hire high quality and to maintain high quality teachers.
The Lancaster County Workforce Development Board is hosting a career and technical education open house at the Ephrata High School on Thursday at 6 p.m. Students and parents are welcome to learn more about what career and technical education has to offer. Reporting live in studio, Taylor Toshev, News 11.
All right, thank you, Taylor. And while at the Career and Technical Education hearing, Senator Aumann also spoke with us about his thoughts on President Trump returning to Pennsylvania this week for a visit. President Trump is set to speak at Harrisburg International Airport tomorrow to address his new tax reform plan.
I think a key component of economic opportunity and upward mobility is job creation. I think the president's tax reform proposal puts the focus on job creation, on sparking innovation, and opening the doors to economic opportunity.
Unlike his two previous visits, President Trump will hold a more intimate affair that is invite only and not open to the public. Today is the last day to register to vote in Pennsylvania's general election primary coming up November 7th. The biggest contest is between Supreme Court Justice Sally Mundy and challenger Dwayne Woodruff of Allegheny County. Mundy is a Republican nominee running for a full 10-year term against Woodruff. Several other lower appellate court seats are also on the ballot, as well as the decision to change the state constitution to allow counties, municipalities, and school districts to exclude from taxation up to the full value of residents' homes. Well, a nice break from the rain today with warmer temperatures and partly sunny skies, keeping the feeling of summer alive. Carl Kern has more in our first look at the forecast.
First Look Weather is brought to you by The Wagon at Weaver Markets. Check out weavermarkets.com for this week's menu.
Well, it still has a very summer-like feel out there, Brendan, but the humidity is not nearly as oppressive as it was just 24 hours ago. Skies are much clearer, a little bluer, and in fact, it is a much more refreshing day today than it was yesterday. But don't get too used to these conditions just yet. It is going to be a little bit unsettled here for the midweek. We do expect clouds to return, not so much in the overnight, but first thing tomorrow morning, it'll get quite cloudy, and we could be seeing rainfall coming down by the midday. And another good dose of rain is expected, a quarter to a half 1/2 inch through Wednesday night, and it doesn't really clear back out again until later on into Friday. But the weekend still looks pretty good. I'll be back and let you know if temperatures will return to a seasonal level or if we're going to stay summer-like through the end of October. Your forecast is coming up, Brent.
Thank you, Carl. Well, it was only a matter of time. The Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture is receiving reports of the spotted lanternfly in parts of Lancaster County. The PDA has staff on the ground working in Earl Township and Brecknock, where recent reports have been coming in. In a post on our Facebook page, viewers reported their own sightings in Earl Township and Adamstown. The species is known to attack over 70 kinds of plants and trees and pose a threat to agriculture here in Lancaster County. According to the Penn State Extension, there are no reported infestations, just 1 or 2 here and there. A hearing is scheduled for October 24th in Berks County to address concerns over the spotted lanternfly. The Denver Borough Council met to discuss the next steps in the revitalization of the Denver House project along Main Street. The borough recently approved the land development plan, which includes 10 long-term living apartments, medical and social work offices, and parking spaces for residents and visitors. Now the developer will have to raise money before construction can begin.
We're looking forward to it because it's going to be a big part of our downtown. You know, we have right now a building that is sitting in limbo. Thankfully, they're looking to redevelop it, and that's going to be sort of like an anchor building that the rest of downtown can build off of.
The council said the project should be complete by 2019. Nearly 300 high school students from Lancaster and Lebanon got a taste of gold-collar careers during the 4th annual Construction Trades Day. Landmark Homes, in partnership with Thaddeus Stevens College of Technology, gave students some hands-on experience in the local construction industry. They were guided through the entire process of building a home, starting with the concept and designing phase to making a home move-in ready. Industry leaders were on hand to assist demonstrations and answer questions along the way.
A lot of the kids, they don't know, what it takes to build a home, so they come and they can get to talk to some of the people that are here working in the homes and understanding, what career opportunities are there.
We're kind of putting right in their face the opportunity to identify an interesting career, and then we kind of have a choose your own adventure, have them pick a path, and hopefully one of those paths are Stevens.
Construction Trades Day aims to educate local students, parents, and educators on the types of career opportunities available close to home. Well, there's still plenty of local news coming your way on the Early Report.
We're at the Manheim Community Farm Show for this special edition of Dinner for Two, trying out some of their best food stands.
Manheim Farm Show unveils their new Champions Arena. We'll take you inside. And later in sports, the final week of soccer and field hockey continues. Brian Cass will break it all down. Well, it's our last fair for the season here in northern Lancaster County, and for this edition of Dinner for Two with Brendan Leslie, he made his way to the Manheim Community Farm Show to try their awesome and charitable food stands.
When it comes to the Manheim Community Farm Show, you think of 2 things, agriculture and a lot of great food. The best part about these food stands is each one of them is run by a different nonprofit from the area. So let's go check out what they have to offer. Our first stop on the Dinner for Two tour is visiting the 4-H club that's been serving their signature ham loaf sandwich for over 15 years.
It's like a meatloaf, but it's ham, basically. Yeah, it's very good. It's just a good thing to have at the fair, and yeah, with the cheese, and also the sausage sandwiches are very good with the onions and peppers. I enjoy that too.
We all know I'm not the biggest fan of ham, but I'm told at the farm show, this is a can't miss. Actually, there's a lot of flavor in it, and I'm pretty happy I didn't miss it.
If you're not much of a ham guy or gal, East Fairview Church of the Brethren is serving up some awesome shredded beef sandwiches topped with onions and melted cheese.
Nice pump of cheese. It's always fresh. And then we just slow roast it here, sits in its own juices and just cooks in its gravy, and it just falls apart, and it's so good.
Step number 1 for dessert at the farm show is get your milkshake. Step number 2, get the French fries. Step number 3, commence the dip.
It is the taste of the fry that is, we fry it in pure lard is what it's getting fried in. So it just has that good, crispy, hot flavor of a good French fry. Farm show is just 1 week out of the year, so you can splurge this week.
At the corner of the food area, you can find the famous Farm Show fry stand. Over 6 tons of potatoes are hand-cut during the week.
When you order your basket of French fries, be sure to appreciate all the hard work that goes into making these.
Everyone has a lot of fun though, too.
When you come down to the farm show, make sure you try as many food stands as possible because all the proceeds go to a great cause. For this edition of Dinner for Two, I'm Brendan Leslie, News 11.
Now the fair season is just about over. Brendan will return to showcasing more restaurants on Dinner for Two. If there's a place you want Brendan to check out, reach out to us on Twitter at BRCTV11 or our Blue Ridge News 11 Facebook page. And while at the Mannheim Farm Show, don't forget to vote for your favorite theme basket in the exhibit building. These baskets are put together by local businesses to showcase their products to all those attending the farm show. The one with the most votes will receive a cash prize.
So I would challenge anybody as individuals, nonprofit, and business as a chance to earn some prize money. Get your products out that people can see.
Baskets will be auctioned off this Thursday, and all the proceeds will benefit the farm show. Mannheim Farm Show officials celebrated the completion of a long-awaited project. An official ribbon-cutting ceremony celebrated the newest Champions Arena, which will be used as a livestock show and sales ring. Officials say they hope the new arena will provide an improved showing experience for both the FFA and 4-H exhibitors, showing and selling their animals for the next 3 days, as well as audience members.
Even though we're only a 5-day fair, we have our new community building, which we use 12 months of the year. We're now expecting our Champions Arena to be a place to highlight auctions and livestock shows and community gatherings in a state-of-the-art sound and light and community gathering place.
The new venue was named the Champions Arena in honor of all who have showed animals at Mannheim over the past 64 years and those who will show in the arena in the future. Mannheim Central High School competed to be crowned Mannheim Farm Show royalty. The contestants had to conduct an interview to give a speech about what the farm show means to the community. The crowned winner will now represent Mannheim at the state level.
During the Farm Show Week, our queen will be handing out ribbons at our livestock auction, and she will be helping at our evening activities that we have, and our bake sale and our other auction, and then the queen and her court will make an appearance in our parade this week.
The winner will also represent Mannheim in community events throughout the year. Carl Kern will join us next with a check on your extended forecast. Plus, a local music store is under new ownership, what they hope to bring to Lidditz. But first, here's a check on Wall Street at the closing bell.
News 11 weather with Carl Kern, local first.
All it took was a wind shift here. The wind's now coming out of the northwest instead of the southwest, and wow, that humidity just went away overnight, first thing this morning, really, and we're at least left with a little more comfortable conditions. It still has much more of a summertime, late summer feel than mid-October, but conditions are quite calm. And that is noticeable. There's not much breeze blowing, even though the wind out of the north is just very, very light, but it has taken the humidity out of the air. If you're not seeing a lot of sunlight, there's still a little dampness to be dealt with. Things are not going to dry out particularly quick because we expect more rain by this time tomorrow. And it could be another measurable amount of rain, up to a ½ an inch or so, with unsettled conditions persisting through Wednesday night into Thursday and maybe the early part of Friday. But Friday night for football looks good. The weekend looks very good and, in fact, warm again. Temperatures will be going down. Temperatures will be going back up for the weekend. And then we'll be getting cool by just in time for those final few days of October. I think we're looking forward to some more seasonal temperatures. There's nothing to worry about as far as any sort of flooding or heavy rains. There's just not going to be that. It's another quarter to a half an inch of rain. It's these unseasonably mild temperatures that we just cannot shake off here in the southeastern part of Pennsylvania, most of the northeast and even the mid-Atlantic. So partly cloudy, pleasant, but not so nice for Wednesday and Thursday. The clouds and the rainfall, the potential for more rainfall exists for both of those days. And that northwest wind, at least it has now brought the dew point down back into the middle 60s. It's still humid, but it's not as unbearable as it was just 24 hours ago. Now, there's much cooler air in the western half of the country than there is the eastern half. We will get a small taste of this, but not lasting through the weekend. In fact, as temperatures go down for Wednesday and Thursday, they'll slowly start coming back up for Saturday and Sunday, and we'll be right back into the middle 70s again by the end of the weekend. But cooler air will return by next week, and it will likely stay through the end of the month. At least more seasonal temperatures that put us in the 60s for daytime highs and maybe the 40s for overnight lows. But while there will be some rainfall moving through, we're not expecting any sort of flooding rain, and certainly not the gusty winds that accompanied the rainfall that came through just in the last 24 hours. But it's nice to have clear skies. We will see those at least partly cloudy skies through the evening hours. We're starting to look more at the darkness coming in so quickly now. By 6:30, even into 7 o'clock, you're completely out of daylight, so it's really very quickly turning into a nighttime forecast even after the dinner hour. So rainfall not with us for the rush hour in the morning, but more likely at least roads will be wet in the afternoon. There's plenty of leaves coming down now, so you need to watch your speed on some of the roadways when it is raining. But skies will try to clear out on Thursday, but likely stay cloudy. We won't see any significant clearing until Friday into the weekend. So partly cloudy and comfortable, 58 to 63. That's a little more manageable, even especially if you don't have a fan or an air conditioner. The rain arrives by midday. It's expected to be light to moderate with a half an inch. I would say a half an inch would be on the heavier side, a quarter of an inch on the lighter side. Temperatures a bit cooler, but still not as seasonal as we'd like. We will see the 60s return on a more consistent basis, Brendan, into later next week. But even through the weekend, the feel of late September continues right through the middle of October.
Thank you, Carl. The former Ken's Music Center in Lidditz has changed hands after 35 years in business on Broad Street. The now Lidditz Music Company specializes in vinyls, bass guitars, and band instruments. The music store also offers service and repair, string lessons, and will even buy used vinyls. Owner Ben Hartraft is a Lidditz resident and says he's happy to bring his love for music to the Lidditz community.
It's great to be a part of a little community where we live, but also where the community just puts so much emphasis on their local stores. You know, it's nice to be a part of that culture.
Customers will also notice new signage and a more organized flow through the store. I've been to that place. I love it there.
There's a banjo. Good stuff. Yeah.
Good old banjo.
Love it.
Well, you are here talking some soccer.
Love me some Rocky Top. Yeah, Holly, final week of the season for our local soccer squads. We'll tell you who's building some momentum towards the playoffs, and we'll get to some field hockey as well. Lots of senior nights around the LL League. Could the Manheim Central ladies get a win on theirs? Find out next. Sports is next.
Before we go, we'd like to announce a new contest which will give one lucky person an overnight stay up in the Poconos. This contest was set up for us by our sister station TV 13. One winner will receive a pair of tickets to a Molly Hatchet concert at Penn's Peak in Jim Thorpe on Friday, October 27th at 8 p.m., as well as a 2-night stay for 2 people at the Country Inn and Suites. The hotel must be used October 27th to the 29th. Enter to win by logging on to our website and click on the Molly Hatchet banner. Winners will be announced next Monday, and you must pick up your tickets within 3 days of being notified. Nice little event here.
Good luck. Yeah, free is free. Hey, playoffs for field hockey and soccer start on Saturday. It's crazy that it still feels like summer, we were saying, but playoffs are coming. A lot of great games tonight. We'll have all those updates at 10 o'clock.
Great. Thank you. And that'll do it for us. I'm Holly Harrer.
And I'm Brian Cass. We'll see you tonight.